Okay, let's dive into this. Hello, everyone. So, my partner Tom and I recently took an incredible weekend trip, and today we're going to break down that story for you step by step right here in this explainer. Just picture this. It's a bright, sunny morning, and we just arrived in the bustling, energetic city of Warsaw, the capital of Poland. And let me tell you, this city, it completely captures your heart from the very first second.
We honestly couldn't hold back our excitement when we first stepped out onto those streets. I mean, we literally just dropped our bags off at the hotel, grabbed that first and absolutely vital cup of coffee, and we were totally ready to explore. Warsaw instantly feels so incredibly modern, but even from those very first steps, you can feel its deep, powerful historical roots just beneath the surface.
So here's our itinerary for today's journey. First, we'll explore the Old Town, reborn from ashes. Second, we'll take in the grandeur and peace of Łazienki Park. Third, we'll look at the architectural contrasts of modern Warsaw. Fourth, we'll reflect on the price of freedom at the Uprising Museum. And finally, fifth, we'll feel the modern pulse of the Vistula River and the Praga district. Let's get going.
All right, part one, the Old Town, reborn from ashes. Our absolute first stop had to be the historical heart of Warsaw. Walking under this bright blue sky along bustling cobblestone streets, we saw something that brilliantly illustrates the sheer resilience of the Polish people. You see, if you look back at World War II, this entire area, the Old Town, the Royal Castle, was completely decimated, just gone. But what we saw walking there today, you were surrounded by perfectly rebuilt, vibrant, almost fairy tale-like buildings. The people of Warsaw literally recreated their heritage from the ashes, brick by painstaking brick. It's just deeply impressive.
And wait until you see how this resilience builds inside the royal castle itself. Stepping in, well, it felt like stepping right back in time. First, we walked into this absolutely dazzling red and gold throne room. Then came these grand, sweeping rooms filled with historic paintings and antique tapestries. But honestly, the thing that amazed us the most was this extraordinary golden clock sitting on a pedestal. It doesn't just show the time, it shows the month, the day, and even the zodiac signs. The whole atmosphere in there was so quiet and, well, truly royal.
After spending a few hours soaking in the castle, we wandered over to the Old Town Market Square. And right smack in the center stands the famous Warsaw Mermaid. But get this, she isn't your ordinary, delicate fairy tale mermaid. No, she's firmly holding a sword and a shield, acting as this fierce, strong protector of the city. We snapped a ton of photos, of course, and then grabbed a seat at a sunny cafe right there on the square. Tom ordered a traditional soup, and I couldn't resist a huge plate of pierogi. Those are these amazing Polish dumplings filled with meat and veggies. Eating that perfect lunch while listening to the street musicians, absolute heaven. Moving on to part two, the grandeur and peace of Łazienki Park. So after a wonderfully hearty lunch, we decided to leave the stone streets behind and hunt down some greenery. And wow, Łazienki Park is just tailor-made for relaxing. The place is enormous, filled with these ancient, towering trees and the crispest fresh air. We strolled along stone bridges right near this elegant white palace on the aisle, which seriously looks like it's magically floating on the blue surface of the lake. And you know what the best part was? The local wildlife is incredibly friendly. We had these funny little reddish-brown squirrels scampering right up to us looking for nuts, while magnificent peacocks with their long, colorful tails proudly strutted by. Just magical.
Okay, on to part three, the architectural contrasts of modern Warsaw.
Fast forward to the very next day, and the city opened up to us from a completely different angle as we ventured into the bustling downtown center. Suddenly, towering right before us was the Palace of Culture and Science on Defilade Square. Now, what's really interesting about this is that it was a colossal gift from the Soviet Union. So naturally, it's a building with a pretty controversial history. Some folks love it, some really don't, but we just took it in as this massive, undeniable piece of the urban landscape. Standing at the base of it, Tom and I felt like two tiny little ants, is this commanding, massive structure that completely dominates the square.
Naturally, we absolutely had to go up to the top. We hopped into this high-speed elevator that launched us to the 30th floor observation deck in mere seconds. Our ears literally popped. It's super windy up there, but the view, it completely takes your breath away. Looking down, you can see exactly how the red roofs of the Old Town, which look like tiny toy houses from up there, meet the wide, winding Vistula River. And then panning over to the west and south, dozens of shiny, brand-new glass skyscrapers shoot up into the sky. It is the perfect visual representation of just how fast Warsaw is growing and evolving.
Part 4. The Price of Freedom.
the Uprising Museum.
Coming down from those incredible heights, we respectfully shifted gears. We walked into an old power station with these dark, rough concrete walls to learn about a very heavy, deeply tragic chapter in the city's history. So, the crucial point to understand here is the number 63. It's not just a statistic. That number represents 63 days of continuous, unimaginably brave fighting by the Polish people against the German army in 1944. Grasping the reality of those 63 days really anchors the immense emotional weight of their sacrifice for freedom.
As you walk through the dimly lit halls of the museum, there's this sound constantly echoing through the walls. Thump, 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 thump. It's designed to be the symbolic heartbeat of Warsaw. We stood there, looking at these original black and white photographs of courageous soldiers, young nurses, and, heartbreakingly, even small children. I have to say, this museum leaves an incredibly powerful, somber, yet deeply inspiring impression on you. It was right there, in those halls, that we finally understood exactly where the astonishing strength and resilience of this city actually comes from.
Part 5. The Modern Pulse of the Vistula and Praga. After such a heavy emotional experience at the museum, we really needed to see the city smile again. And the boulevards along the Vistula River turned out to be the absolute perfect spot for that. Bathing in the warm, golden rays of the setting sun, the whole vibe was just completely relaxed. People were cycling, rollerblading, just chilling on benches. We couldn't resist walking over to this massive metal Warsaw sign gleaming in the sun, and we got a super friendly local to snap a photo for us. Honestly, it's the perfect modern face of the city, a place where everyone just reconnects with nature and the river.
On our last full day, we wanted to explore just one more contrast. So we hopped on a tram, crossed the river, and stepped into the Praga district. Now, this area is super unique because a lot of its buildings actually survived the war undestroyed. We were wandering through these narrow streets made of authentic old red brick, and suddenly, bam, we stumble upon this absolutely gigantic, wildly vibrant mural of an owl. Right now, Praga is this cool, independent, artistic hub stuffed with galleries and cozy little cafes. It really shows off a completely different, much more bohemian soul of Warsaw.
And just like that, our amazing trip was wrapping up. For our final dinner, we hunted down this cozy, rustic little restaurant with dark wood paneling right near the Old Town Market Square. Picture this. Sitting on our heavy wooden table are these massive plates of steaming hot pierogi smothered in fried onions and sour cream, right next to these beautiful, frosty glasses of Polish beer. Tom raised his glass and gave a final toast. To Warsaw! We sat there reminiscing about the whole trip, feeling so much joy, but also kind of sad that we actually had to pack up and leave.
So that is how we experienced the capital of Poland, a city with a remarkably mighty heart, one that endured unimaginable hardships only to blossom all over again, perfectly blending its deep, heavy history with this incredibly bright, modern life. We really truly hope our explainer today has inspired you. So there's really only one question left. Are you ready to pack your bags? What story will Warsaw tell you? Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.